Today on Garage Sale Safari, on this segment, we're going to talk about a few different things. One of them is some American Indian Southwestern pottery bowls I got. This one, really nice old piece. It's signed, and it's, I think, Reyesita Trujillo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but she actually was one of 6 women that started reintroducing pottery on her reservation in the 1930s. Really cool little piece, nice condition, no chips or cracks, a little bit of wear, but no chips or cracks of any variety. And I got it for $2. This one came from the same sale, and it's a Manuelita Trujillo, maybe related, I'm assuming, from same reservation and all. And I couldn't find any information on her on the internet other than one of the universities had a few of her pieces in their collection, but didn't really say much about her. Still a really nice little piece in great condition, and it also was $2 or $3. And then this piece is Santa Clara pottery. It's a distinctively different color than in the other reservations. It's black. I think, as I remember, they fire it in like manure, like horse manure, cow manure, something like that. And that's why it gets black. I can't remember why it's black, but it's, you know, it's the only reservation that does the black pottery. This one is not signed, but it's a really pretty piece and good looking and in good condition. And it was $5. And this one should probably go for I would say $45 to $75 anyhow. The other two, it'll depend on how popular they are, but and how rare they are. I mean, the one piece is by somebody that kind of restarted pottery, but we'll see what that carries. I can't imagine them going for any less than $25 or $35 each. Next thing I got at the same sale was this really cool, it's Mexican, and it's kind of really goes well with the hippie look, probably from I'm going to guess from the 50s or 60s, and it's got the copper, and then with the brass on that, with the inset turquoise. It seems to be a Jaguar, and it does say Hecho in Mexico. I got to say, I think I paid $1. I think we'll get at least 20 if we take it to Australia, probably at least 30 or 35 just at one of the markets. You just don't see these very often. Really cool piece, and it really goes well with that hippie look that all the girls are liking to do right now. The next thing we got is 4 old snuff bottles. They're old cinnabar, which is, I believe, a type of resin or something. I don't know exactly what it is. They're old snuff bottles, and they're carved. And usually you see the cinnabar only in red. Actually, they're probably opium bottles. Everybody online calls them snuff bottles, but I think that's because if you mention opium, they probably can't sell them on eBay, which would seem typical of that eBay. But this one, you can see that it's all hand carved. The characters are carved out in it. Then this one, I think this one seems to be more molded to me, but I could be wrong on. No, it's this one. This one's carved. This one, for some reason, just has more of a molded feel, and it seems newer than the others. And then this one I thought was really cool, part of the group, and it's a carp. I don't know if you can see that, a little carp with a dragon riding on its back. I assume it's a carp. It's a fish of some variety, and really cute. And I got the group of them for $20. We're going to put them online individually. I see people asking really big prices for these cinnabar old snuff bottles / opium bottles, but honestly, I don't see them selling for that. I'm going to say they're probably going to go for at least $20 each, but and then you can actually even see the white powder residue in there, and I'm going to say they'll go for at least 20 each. We'll just kind of throw it out there and see what happens. As I say, they're really cool, hand carved and old, but it's hard to say what they're bringing because you're not really selling them seeing them sell for the outrageous prices people are asking on eBay for them. So anyhow, that being said, here's another cool piece. American Indian, probably Canadian or Alaskan. It's hand tanned leather, and then it's what appears to be caribou. It's got the dew claws of them going around, 3 of them. Could be another large, deer type animal, but elk, maybe something like that. But it really interesting piece, and you can see it's leather on the bottom, then in hand tanned. And I'm going to save this piece. I'm not going to sell it because I've never seen one like it. And I'm going to save it for ceremonies and use it to keep cedar in. Just a really nice piece. And honestly, I just don't want to get rid of it. I think I paid $15 for it. And then the last thing I got, there's a pair of these. I'll just show you one because they're both similar condition. It's an old Hitchcock chair. And this one is not one of the lame factory copies of it. This is the real deal. It's like a, as you can see the wood here, it's all hand hewn out. It's one solid piece of wood, and then the legs are turned, and then they stenciled on these different patterns. You know, they don't bring a high price for what they are. I think they're really quite nice, and these two are really quite sturdy and quite usable still. I can't imagine getting more than $75 for the pair. We'll see what happens, but I couldn't pass them up. They were $5 each, and I actually got them more because they were signed by whoever did them, and they had an E, and I thought it'd be kind of funny to tell people they were done by an old family member, Jedediah Ensel, or something like that, just for the hell of it, because they have the E on the bottom, and that's mostly why I got them, but I figured we'll throw them on and see what they do, and you could also talk about them at the same time. But as you can see, everything is hand-hewn. I don't know if you can see the detail, but you can see the plane marks from where it was planed on here, and then on the bottom you can see that too. And then, you know, it's joined in. You can see where the top pieces are joined through and then glued in. I mean, really nice, well-made, sturdy pieces. And, you know, I like these with the wood seat better. A lot of them are have the rushing or caned, but that seems to fall apart, whereas the wood doesn't. And anyhow, that is another interesting thing, too, on this is this piece down here, this little round piece. This is often how you can tell an old piece, like 18th century, is you can see how it's the seat has shrunk a little bit because the graining is running this way, coming towards me, where the old pieces shrink, and then this piece here is running long ways, so it's running with the grain, so it didn't shrink. So it's got like about an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, often probably about an 1/8 inch amount of shrinkage on each side from where the seat shrank in over time, but this piece didn't because of the way the graining's running. And so a lot of the old round tables, 18th century round tables, you can measure them and they'll be 1/4 of an inch narrower one way than the other just because of time. Thank you.